All right. So, hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Tuesday, November 7th, 2023, or whatever day you're watching this video. Normally, Via is on Tuesdays, but she's got something going on, so you get me again. So, today, for props, you'll want a strap or a robe tie. We're going to do the leg stretch series, and we'll be doing some things lying on our side, so you want some support for your head. Other than that, just your trusty chair. I forgot to put up, there we go. And just a good attitude. We're going to be working on legs and then some arms and shoulders when we're lying on our side, doing the arm circles and all that. So we're going to start in our normal manner with legs up on a chair. This puts our lower back in traction. If you ever have lower back issues, this is a great thing to do. So, legs on a chair or couch. You want to make sure that your lower legs are parallel to the floor. Your hips are a few inches away. They're in a neutral position, so you've got the natural curve of your back. Arms can be wherever they're most comfortable. This is a good stretch for your chest, but if you're not comfortable, just wherever they are, breathe normally. Bring yourself, your awareness into your yoga space. We're going to be here for 7 minutes. As soon as I find my timer, update on the watch. It's driving me nuts. There it is. So 7 minutes. So just relax and breathe into it. Okay, 7 minutes are up. Stay where you are. And we're going to slowly move our head from right to left to get some cervical rotation about 5 or 6 times. So right and left. We're moving slowly, right and left. 3, 4, 5. I have to keep telling myself to move slow because I tend to speed it up. And 6. All right. And I forgot to say this, but you could roll your tongue under the roof of your mouth to tighten your jaw up. Now, the next moves we're going to do, you can stay in this position if you choose. I'm going to sit up just to demonstrate that we can do this sitting up as well. But you can stay where you are if you choose. We're going to do our regular warm-ups, but we always do them in that position. So I just wanted to demonstrate that you can also do them sitting. So we're going to start with the vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. You can actually do this in any position, but your head is stationary. Your head is forward, and all you're doing is moving your eyes. What we're doing is we're activating the vagus nerve that runs down both sides of the skull. It resets your nervous system. So looking straight ahead, whether you're lying down or sitting up, just look to the right with your eyes and wait for a sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. And if you've been, doing this for a while, it comes right away. It may not. It may take some practice. And then you bring your eyes back to center. And then without moving your head, just move your eyes to the left. Wait for that sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. And for me, it takes, a little bit longer, but not much because I do this a lot. So that's a vagus nerve reset. Now, in whatever position you're in, I'd like you to do it 2 more times on each side without my cueing. And I'll give you a couple of minutes. Your eyes can be open or closed. Finish up. You can do this vagus nerve reset anytime, any place. Maybe sitting at a stoplight if you're in traffic, not while you're driving. The next thing we're going to do is head ramping. Now, if you're like me, and I do this a lot, I spend a lot of time looking down at my device, at my phone, at my iPad, when I'm reading. when I'm knitting, I do a lot of looking down. And what that does is it makes our neck bend in an unnatural position. So we want to reverse that, because the neck coming down really isn't the best position for it to be in. So the occipital ridge, the bony part between your ears, runs along your scalp line. We want to move that part away from the rest of our body. If you're lying down, if you're still on your chair, you would press it towards the floor. If you're sitting up, just press it towards the back wall. So this is another thing you can do anytime, anywhere, and it's a good thing to do every day. So what we're going to do is we're going to press that part of our neck back, hold it. Our chin comes along for the ride, and then come back to a straight, good posture. So we're going to do that several times. It's very subtle. So press. Your chin comes back too, but you're not looking down. You're looking straight ahead, whether you're lying down or sitting up. And release. And then press. Hold. And release. We'll do this 2 more times. Press. Hold. And release. And once more. Press. Hold. And release. We always do this lying down. It might be easier for you lying down, but that's up to you. So the third in this triplet is our breathing exercise. Today we're going to do square breathing. It just happens to be a favorite of mine. I do it a lot. So square breathing is, you imagine a square, 4 sides. So you inhale for one side for the count of 4, hold it. Then you exhale for the count of 4 and hold it. Then you inhale for the count of 4 and hold it. Then you exhale for the count of 4 and hold it. So it's kind of a square. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, exhale. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, exhale. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4. You can do this at your own pace. You don't have to do it at my pace. It's also a good way to just relax your nervous system. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. All right, good job. Now let's go ahead and move away. If you're still on your chair, move away from your chair or couch. We're going to do the vacuum. And this is in a supine position. So back bend. Now for this, you can have your knees bent if you choose, or they can be extended. My personal preference is to extend, but whatever's comfortable for you. Another position could be feet apart and knees together. That's actually a restorative pose. You might try that one. I personally like my legs extended. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a vacuum. This is an exercise to strengthen the pelvic floor. So you would take a normal inhale and then exhale everything out of your lungs. And at the same time, you want to press your lower back to the floor, press your belly button down to the floor, create a vacuum in your pelvic area, and hold it for the count of 10, and then release. So here we go. A normal inhale. And then exhale everything out of your lungs. Empty your lungs. Create a vacuum. Press your lower back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Inhale. Take a minute to bring your breath back to normal. A couple of breaths. Okay, here we go again. A normal inhale. And then exhale everything out of your lungs. Create a vacuum. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Inhale. Take a couple of breaths to bring it back. Bring it back. And one last time. Excuse me. A normal inhale. And then exhale everything out. Create that vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Inhale. Bring your breath back. This is another good thing to do every day. It tightens your pelvic floor, and that's good for us ladies of a certain age. I don't like to say older. I like to say ladies of a certain age. Okay, so the next thing we're doing is windshield wipers. So go ahead and bend your knees, feet on the floor, about hip width apart. So we're going to start out slow, just going from hip edge to hip edge. When you feel your opposite hip start to rise, stop there and go the other way. Just warming up. Just getting those hips to wake up a little bit. Excuse me. Just back and forth, moving slow. We don't want to pull anything or hurt ourselves. We're going to transition in just a minute to wide leg. So we're just warming up now. This is a great warm up for the hips. If you want, you can start going a little bit further. Now that the hips are like, oh, yeah, I got to do something now. So maybe just a little bit further on each side, or whatever's comfortable for you. All right, now let's move our feet about mat width apart, depending on your legs. Mine are really short. And let's do some wide leg. Now we don't need to come down all the way to the floor, at least not at first. Just stop at that first pull. When you feel that first strain, stop there and go the other direction. Again, still moving slow, still warming up. Now, if you want to come down to the floor, you can, but just make sure you're comfortable doing that. I'm not at this point, not yet. I'm still warming up. My body's still saying, hey, what are you doing? Stop that. No, this is a good thing. This just gets the joints, synovial fluid into those hip joints. Makes them move easier. Again, moving slow, maybe going a little bit further if you feel like it. Bringing your knees down, that opposite hip is going to come up, and that's okay. But again, we're just easing into this. You can always, if you feel like it, go a little faster than I'm going, whatever your own pace is. It's up to you. This is your time. Okay. So I feel like my hips are pretty warmed up. How about you? All right, so feet back to hip width apart. We're going to do some leg lifts. This again is good for the hips. So basically you keep the bend in your knee and just lift your leg up and then down. And then the opposite leg up and then down. So we had moved our hips right and left. Now we're moving them up and down. And up and then down. These are real simple movements, but they're very effective. Up and down. Keeping the same bend in your leg. Should be feeling it right at the outside bend where the hip is, where the hip attaches to the torso. That's what we're working. And down. And last one. Up and down. Okay. Good job. Now we're going to do knee drops. So that would be the knee coming out to the right, dropping as far as is comfortable. Doesn't have to go all the way to the floor or even as far as I can. I do these all the time. So, you know, you may only go a few inches and that's okay. Stop at that first pull and then the opposite knee. And it may go further or less as far than your first knee. We are asymmetrical. I'm more bendy on one side than the other. So knee drops. Keeping your hip on the floor and just dropping as far as is comfortable. So again, we're using that hip joint and moving it a different way. This also helps with your booty, tightening up the booty a little bit. Okay, 2 more on each side. So 1 and up and 2 and up and 1, and I'm beginning to feel it right there. Up and down and up. Yep, I think that's enough on the hips. Don't you? Oh, yes, definitely. Okay. So the next thing we're doing is leg stretch. And this is where you'll want your strap or your tie. I need to adjust my mat. Find a spot where you can put both legs or both feet against a wall. I just have a piece of a wall here that I can do that with. You can still see me, good. We're going to start on our right side. So have your left foot against the wall, like you're standing on the wall. The heel is on the floor. The toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. And you may have to shift a little to adjust yourself so your leg is straight and you are flat on the mat. If you need head support, make sure you have it. If you need support under your hips or your shoulders, make sure you have that. And we'll be doing the leg stretch starting on our right leg. So we're going to hook this strap over the right leg. Now our shoulders and our elbows, make sure your shoulders and your elbows are on the ground. We're not pulling with our arms. This is for the legs. So your knee can be bent if that's more comfortable for you. And just gently pull the strap back. And you should feel a stretch in your hamstrings behind your thigh. So we're going to hold this for 40 seconds as soon as I find my timer. There it is. And 40 seconds. Okay, there we go. So elbows, shoulders on the ground. You're gently holding this strap and gently pulling back your leg to feel that hamstring stretch. My hamstrings get very tight, so I love this stretch. And you can pull as hard as you choose or as gently as you choose. Don't hurt yourself. When you feel that first pull on the hamstring, stop there. You don't need to do it to full extent to get the benefit. And there we are. So now take this strap, take both straps in your right hand if you're using your right leg. And we're going to move our leg over to the right. Gotta get my timer again. And keeping your left hip on the ground, move your leg to the right. And you may only go this far, and that's okay. Stop at that first pull. You don't want to pull something, but just go as far as you can. You may want to have a block or a pillow to rest your leg on instead of having it hang out in the air like that. But make sure your left hip stays down and your right leg can be slightly bent or it can be straight. You get the most benefit if it's straight, but if it has to bend, it has to bend. That's just the way it is. You may feel a stretch in your inner thigh, and that's 40 seconds. Okay, now leg stretch 3, you take both straps in your left hand if you're working on your right leg. Now in this case, your foot on the wall is going to rotate. Your whole body's going to rotate. We're going to go to the left. And your hip is going to come up off the floor. You may need to shift a little bit. So this foot comes over to the left. Now the side of your foot is on the floor. Your shoulders are stacked. Your hip is up. And again, you may want something to put your foot on. And you can either, with your free hand, extend it towards where your leg is, or you could extend it behind you for a twist. That's up to you. Make sure that your foot is still on the wall, but now the side of the foot is on the floor. And that's leg stretch number 3. And there we go. We'll do the same on the other foot. I like switching them in the air. You do whatever works for you. Now we've got the opposite foot on the wall, like we're standing on the wall. One strap in each hand. Shoulders and elbows are relaxed on the floor. Not an arm stretch, it's a leg stretch. We're gently pulling our leg back towards our face. You can bend your knee, or you can straighten it. If you straighten it, you may feel that stretch all the way in your calf, your hamstring, possibly even your hip joint. Remember, be gentle with yourself. This is a good stretch for the back of the leg. All right. Okay, now we're going to take both straps in the left hand and keeping the right hip on the ground. We're moving that leg off to the left. Again, it can be slightly bent or it can be straight. Your other arm is extended on the floor. Down it comes, just as far as you can go. Everybody's different. But the more you stretch, further you move your leg, the more you get the stretch. Just don't pull anything. And there we go. That's 40 seconds. And now we're going to go the other way. So you take the strap in your opposite hand. Your foot shifts, so the side of it is now on the floor. Toes are pointing toward the right. Your left hip is coming up. This left leg is coming down. You can rest on your chair, your couch, a pillow, a block. I'm going to make sure I did set the timer. I didn't think so. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit longer. I didn't think I hit that timer. So everything is shifting. Your hip is now stacked. Your shoulders can be stacked. You can extend your left arm, or you can rotate, do a twist, and have your left arm behind you. It's up to you. This is another good stretch for the IT band, which is the pan that goes on the outside of your leg, right here. So, and that's a good stretch right there. Good job, guys. That's an excellent stretch to do for legs. So now we're going to be standing at the wall. So give me just a second to organize here. I'm going to do something different with my computer, so bear with me. I'm going to try this. Okay, well, you don't need to see my face. Okay, we're going to do our regular back bend at the wall that we normally do. So we are standing with our back to the wall, a couple inches away, standing in good posture. Feet are evenly spaced forward, knees above feet, hips above knees, shoulders above hips. Pretend that you have a string tied to your head that is pulling your head straight up. And we're going to do the back bend. Just 1 second here. Need a stopwatch is what I need. Okay. So arms up. Elbows as close to your head as possible. Palms on the wall. Now in this position, you should be extending your heart center, your chest, but your hips stay back. If you have shoulder issues, you may have to have your elbows out. That's okay. Just try to hold this position. We're holding it for 40 seconds. It's a bone building pose. So la 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 la. Here we are. And that was 40 seconds. Goes by really fast. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is the spine rotation. We've done this before. I'm going to want you to see my feet. So start on the right side, right foot forward, left foot back, elbows at your sides, arms up. Hold on. And then you rotate towards the wall and put your palms on the wall. They're about shoulder height. And my hips are facing parallel to the wall. My shoulders are as close to facing the wall. You won't be able to do it 100%, but as close to facing the wall as possible. If you want, you can move your head from right to left. I don't recommend moving it up and down. This again is a bone builder. It strengthens your spine, the muscles around your spine and the bones. Something we all need. All right, let's do the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back, elbows at your waist, palms up. Just realized I'm a little crooked here. Okay, palms up. And there we go. Okay, rotate to the wall, palms on the wall. We're rotating the other way and activating the muscles on the other side of our spine. Again, this is a bone builder. This is a really good rotation of the spine. Good for flexibility, good for strength, good for bone building. Okay, 40 seconds. Good job. Now, we're going to do, and we've done this before. This is our core exercise for the day. We're going to march at the wall. Now, you can put your hand up here for balance. That's what I do because I'm focused on my legs. We're going to be doing this for 1 minute, so pace yourself. You want to lift your knees as high as you can, but again, for 1 minute. So you do want to pace yourself. So this is the movement. I'm just holding on to the wall for balance, otherwise I'll fall over. Timer. And I need 1 minute. Here we go. Okay. So again, go as slow or as fast as you choose, but pace yourself. Because a minute is a different length of time than 40 seconds. This actually is very good for the core. This is something I try to do every day. Because it rains a lot up here, so I can't always go walking outside. I mean, I could, but this is drier. So we got 10 seconds left. You're doing good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Good job. That was a full minute. Very good, guys. Oops. Okay, we're going back to the mat. Oh, I need to do some production work here. Hold on. And we're going to do some sideline moves. So you want to get something to support your head while you're lying on your side. Can be a rolled up blanket, can be a block. You don't want your head to be like this. You want it to be even. You don't want it to be like this. We need to watch out for our necks. So find something that works. Now we have stacked shoulders, stacked hips, stacked knees, stacked feet. Head is at a level. We're going to do some arm work. So your arm is extended, palm facing the floor. So scapula, protraction, retraction. So the arm stays straight and you just pull it back. Pull your scapula back and then move it forward. That's protraction. And then back is retraction. Keep it level with the floor. Forward and back. And forward and back. And forward and back. And one more. Forward and back. Very good. Put your hand on your hip. Rest for just a minute. Then we're going to do sunrise, sunset. Your arm just like it was before. Extended, palm facing the floor. And then arm goes straight up and back down. Straight up and back down. Again, very simple movements, but these are very powerful. Straight up and back down. Straight up and back down. One more time. Straight up and back down. There we go. Good job. Rest your hand on your hip. I can already feel it in my shoulder. The next move we're going to do is a rotation. I like to put my other hand at my shoulder joint so I can feel that rotation. So your hand is straight up as we did before in sunrise. You might want to make a loose fist that will keep your wrist from rotating because it's not this move. This is a wrist move. You want to move from the shoulder, and I like to feel where I'm moving it. So external rotation, internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation. So you should be able to feel that shoulder rotate at that joint right there. So your shoulders are a ball and socket, and so they're meant to go around in that socket. And how often do we actually use that? Not that often. So external. Oops, that's internal. External. Okay. That's enough of that. Hand on your hip. Take a quick break. All right. Now we're going to do our arm circles. So we are just moving the arm. Nothing else moves in the body. The arm is straight. Start by going back. And you want to make this circle as big as is comfortable for you and move slowly. This is the way your shoulder is supposed to go in a full 360-degree circle. If you have shoulder issues or you tight shoulders, sore shoulders, slept on it wrong, this is a very, very good movement to counteract that. And we're moving slowly still, so our brain recognizes what our body is doing. And we don't pull anything accidentally, which I have done before. So one more circle, and then we reverse direction. Okay, now go the other way. Again, as big as possible. My shoulder is talking to me. I'm hearing these, excuse me, little thumps and cracks. It runs in my family that happens. So if you hear it, it's not a big deal. My neck does the same thing. And one more circle. All right. Good job. Now the next movement, Via calls half technical snow angel. I don't know why it's called half technical. I just call it a snow angel. So we start with our hand towards our hip, but we rotate our palm so it faces the ceiling. And then the hand comes up and over, up by our head. Now the palm is facing the floor. Turn it forward and bring it back. Again, this rotates at the shoulder. So it's a great shoulder move. So again, palm comes up and over, faces the floor, forward, palm forward, bring it back. One more time. Palm faces the ceiling, bring it up and over. Faces the front and bring it back. Okay. That's another good one if you've got a tight shoulder. Now we're going to do flying pizza. Flying pizza is elbow at your waist. Your arm is forward, palm down. And then you just bring it up and face the palm towards your head. So you are rotating. This is good for the rotator cuff. You are actually rotating as you come back. You may not be able to come all the way up, and that's okay. Just come up as far as you can. Stop at that first pole. We don't want to hurt ourselves or pull something. I've been known to do that by pushing too hard. So up, just up and down. And up. One more. All right. Good job. So you got your arm, and then you can flip over to the other side if you want. I'm going to rotate so you can still see me to the other side. Now again, just make sure that you're stacked correctly. Knees are stacked, hip is stacked, shoulders stacked. We're going to start with the scapula protraction, retraction. So your arm is extended, palm down, and you pull that scapula back and forward, and back and forward, back. So your shoulder is the only thing that's moving here. One. There we go. Good job. Give yourself a little rest. We're going to do sunrise, sunset next. So your arm is extended as before, parallel to the ground, and then come straight up and straight back down. Straight up and straight back down. You know, as I say, these moves may not seem like much, but they really do a lot for the joints. Down, and one more, up and down. There we go. Good job. Now the third one, your arm is up like it was before. If you want, you can use your other hand to feel your shoulder rotate. Make a loose fist, and then just rotate externally and internally. Externally, internally, externally, internally. Just feel that shoulder rotate. One more. Okay, good job. Now we're going to do our shoulder circles. So again, the rest of you is entirely still. You're just moving your arm. So we'll start by going back, making it again as big as is comfortable for you. Not everybody has the same range of motion. We're all different. But this is the way your shoulder is supposed to move. 360, a complete circle. Still moving slowly. I say that a lot because I have to remind myself. Just slow it down. Okay, let's change direction. I get a lot more out of this one than I do going forward. Okay, good job. Take a quick break. We're going to do the technical snow angel. So hand at your hip, rotate your hand so it's facing the ceiling, and bring it up and over. It's now facing the floor. Palm forward and bring it back. Palm to the ceiling, up and over. Palm forward. And up, over. And then one last time. Palm up, over, forward, and back. Okay. Good job. Let's just take a quick arm break here. Maybe shake it out. And let's do our flying pizza. So elbow at your waist, your arms extended, palm facing the floor, and then bring it up and rotate it so the palm is facing towards your head. And then down and up, down and up. 2 more times. Down. Up. Okay. Good job, guys. So that's it for today. Let's get ready for Yoga Nidra. Find a comfortable position. Make sure that you are warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. Might want to put a blanket over you. Maybe cover your eyes. Caitlin had to go. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation. This is going to reset your nervous system as well. So I want you to bring your attention to certain points as I mention them. We'll start with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your attention to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, left wrist, thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, left knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, left hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your arms above your head. Stretch one side, then the other. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles, first one way and then the other. Now take your right leg or right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for all you do. And straighten that leg out. And then take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. I appreciate you. And straighten that leg out. Now bring both knees up to your chest. Hold them and slowly rock back and forth, feeling that massage on your back, especially your lower back. Feels good. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll towards the camera using your lower arm as support for your head. We're going to take our gratitude minute and just rest here for a minute and be grateful to yourself that you're doing something for you today. You came to yoga, you moved your body. This is your me time. You know, I don't like getting up early, and to me, early is anything before noon. But I get up for yoga because I know it makes me feel so much better. And I appreciate you guys being here with me. So when you're ready, come on up to a sitting position. I'm going to remove my spotlight. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands at your heart. Again, I want to say thank you for coming today. It's always nicer when I move with people. So hopefully you have a good day today, a good, peaceful me day today. So we'll end the class by saying to each other, Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Patty.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.